Original Rusong. Next, it's even better than a mask. The new crown virus continues to spread, and some people are frightened by the decline of the stock market. In fact, in the series of primary and secondary disasters brought by the new crown virus, the stock market is not ranked, and even debt default and unemployment are not the core content. The real storm the eye is the food tract. After economic globalization, the world's industrial chains are linked together, the core of which is the energy and food industry chain. In terms of importance, other industry chains are all secondary. Global grain exporting countries are mainly the United States, Brazil, Argentina, France, Ukraine, Canada, Russia, Kazakhstan, India, Vietnam, Thailand, Australia, and other countries, while most other countries are cereal importing countries. In the international grain market, it is a highly monopolized situation, similar to the monopoly of OPEC, the United States, and Russia on the crude oil market. Only 33 countries in the world can achieve self-sufficiency in agricultural products. In more than 100 countries, some of them have their jobs in the hands of others, mainly in the hands of the United States and Brazil. The reason why economic globalization has lifted many countries out of hunger stems from 2 points. First, due to economic globalization, agricultural enterprises and farms in food exporting countries have become more enthusiastic due to the expansion of the market and the help of weather. Yields have been increased. Second, during the process of economic globalization, European and American capital flows into developing countries and underdeveloped countries, which has enabled these countries to enrich their foreign exchange reserves and have the ability to import grain from food exporting countries. In the end, economic globalization has freed many countries from hunger. Therefore, if you just think that economic globalization has developed the global economy, this is not enough. Economic globalization has also solved the stomach problems of many people. The epidemic made Europe and the United States fully aware of the damage caused by the externalization of the industrial chain, resulting in a shortage of medical supplies and threatening the lives of local people. The reshuffle of the global industrial chain is inevitable, including the global industry of cereals chain. A few days ago, there was an astonishing news that Vietnamese customs had banned rice exports, but it was only temporarily. The Prime Minister of Vietnam is asking relevant departments to count rice inventories, and then decide on Saturday whether to officially ban rice exports. The world is quietly waiting for the shoes to land, there is no news yet. Why are countries so nervous? At the beginning of the year, African locusts ravaged Africa and India and Pakistan. India and Pakistan are the major rice exporters in the world, and of course they will have a significant impact on the global rice market. The picture below shows the rice exports and imports of countries in 2018 to 2019. The unit is 10,000 ton. The locust is still pediatric, and the new crown virus is Hay Swan. Hubei is one of China's important agricultural producing areas. There has been a saying that Huguang is mature and the world is full since ancient times. Since the outbreak of the new crown epidemic, Hubei people have been banned for a long time, and they have been unable to engage in industrial and agricultural activities. The blocking measures blocked the transportation of seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, and feed, which affected agricultural activities in Hubei and even more areas. Now the virus has spread worldwide. In order to combat the new crown epidemic, Prime Minister Modi has announced a 21-day food ban. It is now the crucial season for agricultural activities, which of course will have a serious impact on agricultural activities. This impact is not only reflected in India. The United States, Canada, France, Australia, Brazil, Argentina, Russia, and Thailand are the major grain exporters in the world. They are suffering from the virus and are banning some populations. This will inevitably affect this year's agriculture. Cause significant impact. At the same time, the outbreak of the virus will affect the production activities of port terminals, transportation is blocked, and some ports in Argentina have been forced to suspend operations. This is the root cause of the recent rise in soybean meal, Argentina is the world's largest soybean meal exporter, and it will block grain transportation chain. As for the impact of the virus on global grain production, no one knows it, and FAO and relevant analysts have not given corresponding judgments. Having said that, even giving judgment is blind and meaningless. Vietnam's approach makes the most sense because action is the best answer. If Vietnam, the third largest rice exporter in the world, starts to ban rice exports, it means that the impact is extremely serious, and Kazakhstan also banned the export of 11 agricultural products, the world's ninth largest wheat exporter, supporting this judgment. Russia announced that it will assess the situation weekly to decide whether to implement an export ban. Once Russia moves, the Russian Vegetable Oil Union has requested a restriction on sunflower seed exports. It will have a major impact on the international crop market. When production declines and more grain exporters begin to ban exports, more countries will experience famine. This epidemic has made many European and American countries soberly understand the huge risks brought about by the outsourcing of the industrial chain at the cost of life. Further, when confrontation between countries comes, road bridges may be difficult because they do not have a complete industrial chain. Repair in time, the vehicle cannot be produced in time, and even the production of tanks, cannons, aircraft missiles will be affected. This is not a matter of life for a few people, but whether you need to raise your hand to surrender. Therefore, after the epidemic strike, many medium and large countries will require their enterprises to go home through non-market economy means, and require related enterprises to build production bases in their home countries and improve their own industrial chains, especially the most basic ones. Industry chain. This will lead to two problems. First, capital outflows from developing and underdeveloped countries, and second, the decline in foreign exchange earnings from exports. Compressing the country's foreign exchange reserves in two ways may even cause an external debt crisis. At this time, the country's import capacity will be exhausted, and the global cereal industry chain established based on globalization will collapse. When more and more countries banned grain exports and the import capacity of some countries dried up, the grain road in many countries was broken, and a new round of famine storms could not be avoided. Next, agricultural products must be more powerful than masks. The impact of this epidemic on people's lives and health is extremely serious. To date, it has caused more than 30,000 deaths, but this is just a sight. Personally, I believe that the secondary disaster caused by the epidemic situation, which is temporarily unseen, will be more serious than the disaster caused by the virus itself. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe if you like. Thank you.